Well, that's okay.
Yeah. So you're putting your torque converter back together when I walked out here?
Yeah. They had an improved stator cap for these. These ones are kind of small, and they were having a couple cases where people were breaking them. So Pete with Circle D sent me the new and improved, thicker, bigger 6-vein stator cap. A couple new O-rings. That way he's like, before you use it and you end up breaking it, switch it out now just in case. I was like, oh, cool, thanks, man.
At least he was looking out for you.
Yeah.
Most companies have been like, oh, it failed?
If it breaks, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I can't believe it. No, before I even used it, he's like, hey, man, switch that out. I was like, cool, thanks, bro. But, yeah, I don't know. We went to the track the other day. The red truck finally let me down, so that bitch time out for a while. Yeah. That's probably just a throttle body motor. It's been 2 years since one of those failed, but it was acting all right. Took it to the track, and every single time, well, it's hard to say every single time, but before it makes the 1-2 shift, or at least right at the 1-2 shift, it goes into reduced engine power for a P15-15, which is like a throttle position correlation or whatever it was. I've never had that code specifically. Normally it's a 15-16, so hopefully it's just a throttle motor. It's a pain in the ass, but buying a used OEM LS3 throttle body for $200-300 on eBay, I guess that's not the worst thing that's ever happened. Super frustrating though, because we took it to 131, radial prep, 6 people there all day long to make runs, and sure as shit, it didn't make one complete pass. Didn't even get to make an 1/8 mile hit. One time it did make the 1-2 shift, and then halfway through second it popped it again. So I'm like, you son of a bitch. But yeah, we got the OEM LS3 throttle with a BBK 102 on this, which is about one of the only alternatives to these. They're kind of picky about changing throttles with the drive-by-wire. So X-Link, throttle motor, tack module, pedal. We tried Andrew's X-Link and Andrew's tack at the track, so assumingly neither of those two. Probably not the pedal, but strong possibility. So it's either the pedal, I think, or that. I don't think there's a wiring problem. The truck does only have 33,000 miles on it, so I don't think that they're all messed up. We did relocate the PCM, so maybe we did mess something up. Who knows? So got to figure that out. Anyways, I wasted a whole day off work and a nice trip to the track in cool weather. But last year, the best 60-foot I did was like a 158 or a 156. I did a 143 now, so it's going to run pretty strong when we do get it resolved and take it back and shift it at 7,900. So hopefully it's not too much of a pain in the ass, and it's just one of those 2 parts. That's relatively easy. I don't have a lot of time to spend diagnosing wiring, but anyways, runs good at least. It's fun to drive. That's a pain in the ass, but
yeah, it's a monster on the street.
Yeah, it won't hook second, so it's really hard to diagnose it on the street because it will not hook second gear. You got to kind of roll into second just to get a 2-3 shift. So even with the radials, even with full weight with the tailpipes and everything, we got it down to 4,075 pounds without me in it, without really destroying anything. I made that small tube front end, which was nice. Shaved like 40. Relocated the battery to the back just to shift some weight so it would hook a little better, but still does not. But yeah, did a few things to it. 4075 is pretty light, so with me in it, it's 4,300. Pulled the tailgate, the tailpipes, and the passenger seat, and so it's right at about 4,200 if you take those 3 components out for the race day. But it's pretty fun. It makes power. That thing, it shits and gets now. But as always,
there's always something.
Old ass Silverados, there's always something wrong with these damn things.
How about Tim's car?
Tim's car, we didn't get a lot of time with it like we hoped because the weather was cold. We did get 2 decent passes in it. The one, he felt like it was driving left, so he let out. I was like, oh, let's not get greedy now, which it was probably fine, but better safe than sorry. That went 111 to the 60 and 3.0 to the 330. So the next one, we put a little bit more in it, and it went 108 to the 60, and then it spun before the 330, and he went 304. So he coasted to his best passes yet, to the 8th, letting out at 3.8 in 4 seconds. So it'll be pretty good when we get it sorted. We need some more time testing for the first day out. It wasn't a total failure, even though I said we just didn't have a lot of time with it.
Yeah, there wasn't the track didn't really come around until about 5
It was
o'clock.
so cold. We got screwed on weather. It was like freezing overnight, so the track was cold as shit. It was the first rental of the year, so there wasn't a lot of glue down. So it took, I think it was probably 4 o'clock before the track came around and was really good. And by then time, you know, like I said, we made a couple passes and then letting the car cool off, and rain came through and popped us out 20 minutes early. So didn't get a whole lot done, but car's healthy. It went 108 and went 3.0, so that's 2 personal bests for him. A little bit more work and that thing's gonna fly. But yeah. Anywho. Yeah, back to throw some parts at it. Like I said, it can't be too much. It's gotta be one of those couple things. Who knows? Pain in the ass.
But I see something in the background that's gonna make this on the back burner.
Yeah. This drove last year, like in lockup. It drives awesome. But it bucks and chugs in lockup, so I don't lock this up until 58 mile an hour. Last year I locked it at like 50 and it was like, little bucky. So it's just got a big cam, a little bit of compression and stuff. So it's fun to whip donuts with, but traveling, that is so much better because that thing will get 27, 28 miles a gallon on 93 and 21, 22 on ethanol. This thing with the stall, you're always in the stall, so it's 6, 8, and then you're beating on it. So you're like 4, 6, 8.